Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
Doesn't talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
This is Real Nerds Podcast. We are the best movie podcast in the whole world. Probably the best you can find on the internet. I'm just saying.
The best ever made.
Yeah, totally. Every week we see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. This week we saw Gran Turismo based on a true story. Is that like the whole title? Because it's always in the marketing.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I can double check on IMDb.
Yeah, because it's definitely on the posters. And when you go to buy the ticket when I went to buy it on Alamo, it's the subtitle. It says Gran Turismo based on a true story. So,
yeah, according to IMDb, it's still a subtitle. It's not part of the actual title, but yeah, I guess maybe Sony paid extra to have the ticketing, do some extra advertising.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's and it is. I didn't know about this story until this movie came out, so it is fascinating. So anyways, stay tuned and we'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, then spoil the true story. We also talk about the big movie news of the week and the stuff we've been watching throughout the week. And next week we celebrate our 600th episode.
I know. Wow. 600. That is a lot of weeks of watching movies.
It is. But I mean, and honest, the caveat is we actually have way more than 600 episodes, which you can find on our website, on Apple iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, not Stitcher anymore. That ended last week.
Yeah. What are you using to replace it right now?
I just use the Apple one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I've been using the Google Podcast one, but both of them are like really not useful for
staying
up to
Apple's
date.
Interface is horrible.
Yeah, like I started with that one. I was like, oh, this sucks. And I tried Google Podcasts and it's better. Like interface is easier to work with, but Stitcher was great because it had like a drive mode. So it was easy to press the buttons while you were driving. And it also, had a list that would, once you listen to something, it would drop off and then new things would populate the list chronologically. But on those other two apps, it's just like, here's all your podcasts and you have to check to see if they've updated. So go screw yourself.
Well, I don't, why did Stitcher even not do them anymore? I haven't read anything.
Because they got taken over by SiriusXM.
Oh, makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why you delete the architecture for that app. Like I would just rebrand it SiriusXM streaming podcast app.
Yeah, which I mean, maybe they might eventually do. It seems like weird that they would just 86 the whole thing.
This is why I didn't sign Real Nerds up for putting us in their stable, because I feel like maybe they, because they tried to do Stitcher Premium forever. So you pay for premium subscriptions. And I think SiriusXM is like, okay, we're taking all these podcasts that we get for free from everybody, and we're putting them under the banner of our, like, you have to subscribe to our platform.
You
to
know,
listen
it
to
wouldn't
them.
surprise me because, you know, I love Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, and he signed a huge deal with Sirius. And no joke is maybe 4 or 5 months later that now Stitcher is gone. But people like, you know, Conan, he has ads built into his platform. So I don't know if maybe Stitcher felt like it wasn't a sustainable business model or what.
Hey, cable, you know, it was like, oh, yeah, it's you pay for cable, and then they still stuffed advertising on it. So whatever.
Yep. Oh, well. Well, no, because before every time I would listen to one of ours or someone else, there would be a Stitcher ad before it.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, not Stitcher, the platform, but it'd be like, I don't even remember the last one I heard. But
Like
yeah.
Food Box or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, like HelloFresh or something.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. And then they'd also do the pop-ups on your phone too.
I know it'd be for other podcasts, but I don't remember them for our own.
Yep.
I wish I could figure out how to get like those automatic ads inserted into like other podcasts I hear. You know, it's not like they edit it for specific breaking points that I know of. You're just listening all of a sudden, like, beep, ad.
Yeah, it has to be something you pay with through Stitcher because, you know, Conan had those on his where he'd have new, you know, ads about once every couple of weeks. Even if you went back and listened to his older episodes, his new ads would be on there. So I don't know how they do it. But who cares?
Yeah. I like being our own thing.
You can find us pretty much anywhere there is social media. We're there. We're
not limited by the man.
That's right. We're not tied down to anybody.
We do this for free. We give it out for free.
Yep. This week's Real Nerds podcast is sponsored by Cialis. We go hard and deep for movies.
Trouble getting a boner? Ryan has. Here's what he has to say.
Why is boner always such a funny word? I don't know.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh every time. This week, we saw Gran Turismo, based on a true story. Brad, do you recommend Gran Turismo?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The closest movie to it is Ford v Ferrari, which I love, and it doesn't quite, you know, oddly enough, I thought the least interesting part of this movie was the racing itself. But the relationship between the Jan and Jack as like student and mentor was the best part. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than I thought it was going to be. It had a lot of the sport movie cliches in it. I always, his dad doesn't support him, and then all of a sudden at the biggest race, his dad is proud of him, and
yeah,
I could deal with that. And some of the dialogue was pretty hokey, but it is fun to see movies like that on the big screen because I do like the feel of the cars racing, and you can feel the vibrations from the sound system. I always thought it was interesting, but it's fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with seeing it. Here's a trailer for Gran Turismo.
What are we gonna do? Oh, shut up! I'm not missing my race. Oh, I'm gonna puke. Don't puke in my dad's car. Yes, we're not going to jail! Oh, crap.
Listen, son. You think you're gonna play a stupid video game about cars and you're gonna become a race car driver?
All I ever wanted to do is be a racer. I'm doing it.
The 10 of you are the best Gran Turismo players in the world. Now is your chance to race real cars.
This is insane.
It's not gonna work. The guys who race are elite athletes. Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
That's where you come in.
You think you can do the impossible. I'm here to prove that you can't.
You get tired?
get sloppy, you get hurt, and you lose races.
You puked on my lawn.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not afraid. I've raced this track 1,000 times in the game.
Let me drive it my way.
That was actually pretty great.
We have a newcomer this year. His presence is shaking the foundation of the sport.
Since the major leagues. The other drivers, your pit crew are going to hate you.
Much easier with a joystick, isn't it?
I can't see anything.
I'm not sure if I can do this.
Most people can't. I got a feeling you're not most people.
If I lose more than just a race. So I'm not gonna quit.
You've got to prove to everyone that you belong.
You've raced it, like 1,000 times. Now you just gotta do it in real life.
Gran Turismo, based on a true story.
Oh, it's a true story about the best Gran Turismo players in the world that compete on a virtual stage and are picked up by Nissan to be part of the racing team. And
which is interesting because I think this took place while we were like working at GameStop Game Crazy. I've never heard of this contest.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like I said, it's based on a true story. I had no idea this existed. And obviously it did, because it was cool at the end of the movie. They were showing the actual Jan like competing and the pictures of him in this like competition. And but yeah, maybe it's because it's bigger in Europe and stuff, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
But it's the marketing idea of Orlando Bloom's character, who I forget what his name is. And he pitches this idea, and
Danny Moore.
Danny Moore. And so they open up this racing academy with David Harbour's Jack, who is a former racer who lost his nerve, and you find out why a little later. And he has to train him, and he's skeptical. And, you know, there's this one hotshot racer from America, and he doesn't like Jan because Jan, he's here to win, and Jan isn't aggressive enough. And yeah, that's my thing. Like with this movie is, of course, there's basically the Val Kilmer character who doesn't like anything that our main character Maverick does.
Oh, gotcha.
And then, you know, the dad is yelling at him, "You should be a soccer player, not a get your head out of the clouds." And
well, I don't know if it was soccer. I think it's like just anything but racing. Like, yeah.
I mean, he literally takes him to his job at the rail yard and says, "No, this is where you're going to end up like me if you don't stop racing."
Yeah.
And it's not that like the performances are all really good. It's just that little interplay isn't that good, interesting to me. But I did find out from Laura, because Laura went and saw it with me, that she listens to the BBC This Morning every day. And she said that story is pretty accurate about how his dad thought he was wasting his time. And I thought that's pretty interesting, but it's still just full of cliches.
Well, there's sometimes there's truth to the art.
Yes. But, you know, I did like, though, when he was racing and it would like take the car away in pieces and put him back into the virtual one, and how he knew each track's layout from, you know, playing the game so much.
Yeah, that was another like hokey cliche thing of like, you know, I'm just gonna like not follow the line, and that's how I'll win. Like, yeah, okay.
But it is, you know, and I know you know this because we were at GameStop and Game Crazy when Gran Turismo really blew up. I mean, it's pretty much Gran Turismo 2 is the one I remember being gigantic, and its big selling point was how realistic it was. And
yeah, it's not just a game; it's a simulator.
Yeah, on the PlayStation 2. I mean, I remember the graphics just blew you away. And I mean, as far as it comes to being able to perform at that high of a level, I mean, obviously it worked for that Jan guy. But it'd be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know how many hours you'd have to do on that game to be able to feel comfortable going, 200, 250 miles per hour in a real car through
funny.
that. And
The whole time, you're watching all these industry professionals be like, ugh, these simulator guys, there's no way they can hack it. I was like, have these guys never heard of like a flight simulator? Like that's exactly how pilots train. Like they don't just fly the planes. I've been in a simulator. It's a big box that you go in that replicates flying.
That's true.
It's like
basically play a video game to fly.
Yeah. Like you don't just jump in a plane and start, training. Like they put you through hours and hours of big metal box. Yeah. With
so he
3
has
screens.
to, I totally blew over the story. So he has to go to these races and he has to get fourth. So he wins the freaking Nissan Challenge. He has to get fourth place in a season.
A little
in one of the
controversial
races.
though, because Danny is like, yeah, he won by a hair, but the other guy's more charismatic. Maybe we should just say he won.
That's where integrity comes in.
Yeah. And Jack Salter's like, no, I believe in this kid.
Yeah. Which I wanted to see a fight between Orlando Bloom and David Harbour at that point. It would have been awesome.
Hellboy
On one side, you
versus
got Legolas. On the other side, you have Hellboy.
Anyway, go on. So he has to get fourth place.
Yeah, to get a license to go into the big races, which he does. But at one race, he gets an updraft of wind and he has a huge accident and he kills someone. Dude,
Well-
I don't know if I'm just callous, but I'm like, they could have been sitting that close to a racetrack. I don't know.
Yeah, tragic, but also, yeah, like, why would you? Yeah.
Because they're not in the stands. Like where he wrecked out was on this hill that had a field or like.
Yeah, adjacent. Like you could just walk like from your house over to the hill and just set up camp, like tailgating.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I get it.
That's
But
after
dude,
he qualifies. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
finally
I mean, I get it. If you're not used to that lifestyle, you're not used to all this. I mean, it'd be hard to deal with. Your car's the reason someone's dead.
Yeah. But also, I guess Gran Turismo didn't account for, like, they didn't program that into the game, huh?
I guess not.
Program some updraft.
Yeah, so if you kill someone, then your team loses $100,000 in money.
What are they on Gran Turismo 7 now? Like that's the new edition. Is like manslaughter. Challenges.
Manslaughter. Yeah, when they give you your like money at the end of the race to buy, new and improved stuff, there's $100,000 hit if you kill somebody sitting in the grassy knoll. I don't know. Anyways, he comes back and he doesn't want to at first, but he decides he's going to challenge Le Mans, which is a 24-hour race, which, I mean, I know this race, it's super famous.
Well, Jack convinces him to stay on because he's like, I did what you did and I quit. Like, I didn't kill anybody, but, I was definitely in a nasty wreck and now I'll never know how good I could have been. So I think you just need to suck it up and do it. And that convinces him.
Yep. And then our buddy, Hotshot American comes back and he'll be his wingman anytime.
Yep.
And he gets it on the podium of Le Mans. I don't know anything else about his story because I didn't research after I was done, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that covers it,
Yeah, I mean, is he still racing now? Well, I mean, he's a stunt double in the movie. I do know that.
Yeah, like he raced for the actor, so.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. And Neil Blomkamp, he's a cool director. And I do love the parts with Jack Salter where he's like, "Why would I train from a helicopter?" He's like, "Because it looks cool."
Yeah.
like the marketing and the real world is kind of fun when they clash. And you know these discussions definitely happened.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was some CGI cars in there, and Neil Blomkamp does so like really good like machinery CGI that blends in pretty good. But yeah, like the breaking apart the cars was pretty cool, but like it was still gimmicky to me. Like like Ford v Ferrari, like it feels like just down and gritty, like real racing, like geeky gearhead type stuff. And then all the racing in this is like so quick cuts of like, here's this angle, here's like, let's fly this camera through here. None of it really felt like it had any real impact to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. When you watched Ford v Ferrari, it felt like you were in the cars.
Yeah. Like it really felt like what racing felt like.
Yeah.
And this just feels like a sizzle reel of like they do a little thing of like where they put the camera behind the car. So you're watching the real life cars like it is the Gran Turismo game. Like the camera's locked behind the trunk sometimes. So it's like, okay, there's like a fun nod to that, but it's all style. It's like it never really feels like it's motivated by the story.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's all about making it look cool opposed to putting you in the actual race.
Yeah.
Or the car, even though I thought, like Ford v Ferrari, that was cool. This was all about the style of it.
Yeah.
Opposed to the substance of being in the actual race.
Yeah. So that's the only part that like really never connected with me. So it's like, oh, this is a bummer. Like of all the things that suck in this movie, it's the least interesting is the racing itself. So.
Yeah. But, honestly, it was a movie I was really surprised by.
Oh yeah,
that it was as entertaining as it was.
Yeah, like as for as many cliches and things you expect it to do, it's actually still really entertaining. Like I said, the interactions between Jack and Jan, it's like the surrogate father figure, had some like good, they elevated it,
Yeah, and I don't know the kid who's Jan, but he's really good too.
Yeah. Archie Madekwa. Archie. And also his mom was like the whole time, I was like, God, who is that? That looks so familiar. And it's Jerry Halliwell from the Spice Girls.
I know. Laura told me. I had no idea.
Yeah.
She said, oh, that's whatever her spice name is.
Ginger Spice, I think it was.
Nice. And I said, sure. I took her word for it because I remember my friend Joe, he really liked the Spice Girls because what's that, 98, 99?
Yeah.
Man, and that's when you're old, is when the Spice Girls are playing bombs to 18-year-old and 20-year-old men in a movie. But we did graduate high school 24 years ago.
The rival Kappa never really gets resolved. He's just like after the final race, we never hear from him again. No, so I guess he got his comeuppance.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he drives a shiny gold Ferrari or whatever car it is. No, it was a Maserati. But I mean, he's so popular that when everybody lands in the airport, the reporters just want to talk to him. And it just so happens that Jan is passing by him when he's talking about that, gamers can't be real racers. You beat him on the track. Yeah, it's a fun movie though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't say that.
One of the better video game adaptation movies for sure.
Oh yeah, it's just like I said, really surprising because who knew that it's got to be a weird pitch that this guy says, you know what, I have this great idea for a movie called Gran Turismo, and they say, wait, the racing video game? Yes, the racing video game. But I'm telling you, I can make it interesting.
Well, yeah, I think it definitely benefited for like there's actually like a true story connected to it. Because yeah, you could have just made something up from scratch of, like not even connected to the contest, just some other racer rises up, like some fictional dude. But the fact that it's based on real life, just I guess it adds that extra element of like, hey, this isn't some just fictional made up nonsense with Gran Turismo slapped on it. I'm trying to think of like other racing movies that were just like bland.
I don't know. Because I saw Rush finally, and it's about a rivalry,
right?
And then Ford v Ferrari is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know, Driven, the Formula One.
Yeah, there's always seems like there's a racing movie that comes out every 4 or 5 years that's just happens to be pretty good.
Yeah, I never saw Need for Speed.
Nope, didn't see that one.
Anyway, yeah, Gran Turismo, worth a watch.
It's real news.
I would love to tell you the big movie news of the week, but there isn't any.
I'll give you something.
Perfect.
The Landmark theaters in town are doing $5 retro films throughout September and October. So all their late night, all their retro lineups for the next 2 months are $5. So
nice,
pretty sweet deal. They got a solid horror lineup with like Halloween 2, Friday the 13th, The Thing, Nightmare on Elm Street. They'll be doing
the original Friday,
all in October. So that's pretty sweet. And of course, they've got their Hitchcock series going on, so that's $5, and the regular late night stuff that they've been doing, except for The Room and Rocky Horror. Just the other ones are $5. So
nice. Wait, they charge more for The Room? I can't believe how much money that movie makes to this day. Yeah, and how many times do they show it every month there?
Yeah, once a month. Every
Friday.
Time
it must still do really well. It's unbelievable to me.
Oh yeah, every time I go, it's packed.
It's unbelievable.
It's a fun time. Yeah. One of these days, you got to go check it out. See what's up.
See what all the hubbub's about.
Definitely don't watch it at home on your own because you'd be like, "This is stupid." But when you watch like all the stuff that, like I was gonna put it on our 600 list, hoping that you draw it, but I was like, it's just not gonna. I can't imagine someone just watching, like renting this and just watching it home and then being like, "Oh yeah, I totally see what everyone sees in it." You have to go into the theater and watch what everyone has added to it as a audience participation, and that's where the magic happens. So
yeah, I'll have to do that. Yeah, I as October starts gearing up, I get excited because now that I know Landmark's doing it, Alamo is showing the final chapter again.
I saw that, yeah.
I might have to see that again. And then Zach told me that they're doing a double bill of all the Universal monster movies, and that's pretty awesome too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, anymore. So yeah, because the Universal monster movies, I think they're each probably 70 to 80 minutes long. So it's a good double bill.
Yeah. There should be more double features. I think they also got Fantastic Fest or
yeah.
What is it? Dismember the Alamo.
Yeah, I hope that is that out yet. I haven't even seen anything for it yet. I talked to the server, and he said it's definitely happening.
Yeah, I saw like an ad for it, but they didn't mention what the lineups were. So.
Oh yeah, no. Just remember, you go there and you watch it, and you find out when you're there.
Oh, okay.
And they give you like little hints in the descriptors, like this deals with such and such or things like that.
Yeah, you'd have to be Billy to I don't know.
Yeah, like some like silly horror movie. They're also doing a secret screening for the Graveyard Shift that I should, and it sounds cool. It says it's the most mind-melting metal scare fest of the 80s. But they don't tell you what it is. There's monsters, mayhem, and maladjusted youth.
So Metal Scare Fest, it's probably like a music related.
Yeah. I mean, the one that I can think of, but it actually might be 90s. Keep on thinking of Nightbreed, which was Clive Barker's, which had monsters and is like kind of a heavy metal thing, but I don't think it's that one.
Yeah, well, you'll find out.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm sure I'll get an email about, what do you call it? Dismember the Alamo soon. Cool. We watch things throughout the week.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
Oh, wow. Guess I could talk about two things. Do you remember the movie Dutch? With Ed O'Neill?
Yes.
I guess Ethan Embry,
Yes.
but he wasn't Ethan Embry at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, that was on Max. I have Max again because I had to do our 600 thing. And that was fun. I didn't know it was a, oh my God, I just blanked on his name. Ferris Bueller, writer, director.
John Hughes?
John Hughes movie. Yeah. Where some spoiled brat in like private school, his mother's boyfriend, played by Ed O'Neill, offers to pick him up and bring him home for a Thanksgiving weekend. And yeah, they have to bond along the way, and it's just like a fun road trip movie. And yeah, the kid's so bratty, he wrecks the car, and they have to like hitchhike with prostitutes. And his real dad is God, what's his name? Christopher something from Adam Sandler movie, the golfer.
Happy Gilmore?
Yeah. Yeah, he's his prick dad, rich dad, who's I can't drive. Yeah, Christopher McDonald.
Yeah.
Like I can't take him, but he's like I have to go work in Europe for the weekend, but he's just like banging his assistant or whatever. So yeah, I just like that popped up. I was like, man, I haven't heard or seen this movie
I don't
in
even
so
remember
long.
anything from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kid, it's a preppy kid, and then Dutch is like the blue collar everyman, and they clash, and Dutch sets him straight. The other thing I watched was there's a new Neil Breen movie, which I don't think you've seen any of them. Called Cade the Tortured Crossing.
Okay.
Yeah, just awful title, awful movie. This one, compared to his other movies, though, he decided it's going to be a stock phone movie, and I'm going to green screen myself and all the actors on top of all the stock photos. So it's literally, you're just watching backgrounds of like really nice places, like a castle in Europe where he lives. And, these green screen people are just walking on top of everything. And there's one point he's in a field and he fights this white tiger, and the white tiger is like PlayStation 1 CGI animated. So it's almost like a bunch of cubes with a texture on it. And he's like, Rocky style boxing it. And then you find out they're actually buddies. They're just play fighting. And it's, I guess, about human trafficking. I could not follow the plot. But it's, one extra star for just making an entire movie. Like his past ones, they've at least been in real places. Just delivering bad dialogue. But this one, he apparently just gave up and just photoshopped everyone on top of, or composited everyone on top of these stock photos he grabbed from Shutterstock or Google Images. And that's the whole movie.
Wow, sounds awesome.
Yeah, the audience I was with loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I fell asleep at one point because it was just a lot of reaction shots and just people standing on pictures. Yeah, this is definitely a different breed of movie for sure.
but obviously people know who he is. I've never even heard of this stuff.
Yeah, he's like another Tommy Wiseau. He's known for making bad stuff. But at this point, yeah, it has to be intentional. Like I've never seen a filmmaker actually like get worse at making movies. Yeah. Like I think you saw the trailer for Fateful Findings, but yeah.
That's
yeah. Oh, and he also has.
Oh my god, that's him.
Yeah. And then, the last movie, like he had this twin, and then this movie he has another twin, but his twin, like for him, his twin is just him wearing like a fake beard. Yeah, you just have to see it. And maybe there's a trailer to understand it, but like the best description is like, it's literally everyone on a green screen, on top of stock photos.
Nice.
Yeah. There's like one point, all the kids he's rescuing from the mental institution, like there's a car crash. Oh yeah. They, I guess for the green screen, they had to roll down the windows for the car for the composite to work. So the windows are like in the car are half up while everyone's inside it. And all the people inside are like miming pressing against the windows. Like the glass is still there. Ugh. Like that has to be on purpose. Like, how can we make this worse? Like, let's do this way. It'll be funnier.
If it is on purpose, then that guy's a genius.
Yeah, it must be. He's some old like real estate guy who turned to filmmaking, and yeah, like I said, the old ones are released people in real rooms, and this one is just like I in my garage, threw up a green screen, and then I cut everyone out and put it on all these stock photos to make the production value seem better. So yeah, that's what I watched.
Oh, fun. Yeah. So I got an early start on our spooky season stuff. And I just felt like watching horror movies. So I'm going to try to see 100 of them before Halloween. I got to start ramping up my game though. This week I watched 2. And how I do it is I just there's a horror movie generator online that just randomly picks horror movies. So the first one it picked for me was The Nun. And I go, is this randomly picked for me? Or is, like The Nun 2 sponsoring this? And the first Nun is okay. It takes place in 1950 something, where this demonic nun is killing other nuns and basically infecting this abbey that the nuns are staying at. Lots of creepy imagery. It's just, kind of gets where the actual Conjuring films seem like they're grounded in reality a little bit, as much as supernatural horror can be. The offshoots seem to lean really hard into the more, fantastical side of it. And, so yeah, it's an okay movie. It's fun. And then the other one that randomly generated for me this week was 2009's Friday the 13th, which I still really like. I think it's a mean version of Jason. Every time I watch it, I just laugh at Trent because he's the most stereotypical douchebag of anything. But he has lines, you got like stupendous tits, babe. And, she says, you know what to say to make a girl feel special. His next line is my favorite. He says, yeah, I do. And it's just, it's a pretty brutal movie. Jason's really cool in it. They tried something different. I guess if I had to pick one thing, I don't like that he let that one girl live because it looked like his mom, but it's whatever. But it's like, he's still mean in it. He still looks cool and the kills are pretty sweet.
The old movies, the whole running thing of throwing on her sweater and looking like her mom, like definitely gives him pause over and over again.
Yeah. So he's just a dumbass, I guess, at the end of the day. But yeah, that's all I watched this week. Just, random horror films.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to join you on the horror movie track this year.
You bastard. You bastard.
I just don't feel like I have the bandwidth to pay attention to that. I'll probably watch something, but yeah, I'm not going to chase you for anything.
Yeah, that's what losers do. They just give up before they even try.
Or, they win the last two decidedly and feel like give you some room to enjoy it a little bit.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for looking out for me. I appreciate it.
Winning is just so boring at this point.
You're basically the New England Patriots.
I know. It's like
podcast.
I dominate so hard. It's like not worth my time anymore.
Cool. Next week we're seeing Bottoms. Oh no, wait. Next week is 600.
Yeah.
After the following week is going to be Bottoms. So the 600th episode should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we have a lot of fun when we record it. We haven't done that yet.
Nope. Hopefully everyone can make it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Come on, James. Let's do this.
Yep. Yeah. My whole life and my whole world depends on James Hart showing up for our 600th episode.
I mean, is it even really a 600th episode if one of the founding original nerds isn't on it? Like, it's got to be all three of us, right?
Correct. So if he doesn't show up, then it doesn't even fucking count. We might as well just pack it in.
Yeah.
You hear that, James? You don't show up for our 600th episode, we're just going to end it.
We might have to do like a 600.5 if he doesn't and just like redo it with him.
It'll be like the variant cover you get with comics now.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, I'll see you at episode 600, Brad.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
And see you at the movies. Bye.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. Well, a real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!